Hi guys, what's up? It's Jake. It's our 11th episode of Book of Jake, and it's Ramadan also. So if I'm going a bit slow, it could be I'm depleted a little bit. I'm just kidding. I'm fine. I'm really fine. Okay. So before we get started now, we're going to be tackling one of a very, very important word that I use a lot. It's called work. But before that, I need you to do me a favor. No, put back your wallet. I don't need your money now, but like, subscribe, and if you can, share it with your friends, because this is just 10 minutes at a time maximum. Share it with your friends and probably they'll get some insight, because all we want to do is help and improve everybody's lives, and I'm also learning as we go along. If you have something that you feel like, I want to get some a different opinion about this, hit me a comment. I'll try to approach it the best as I can. Also, a big shout out to Adam Lobo TV. He's actually my only sponsor here. So if you're a sponsor, want to sponsor me, I'll take your money now. Shout out to Adam Lobo TV. Please subscribe to his channel. He's Malaysia's best tech reviewer and also YouTuber. And if you want to rent the studios, hit him up also. Okay, so let's get straight into it. What are we talking about? It's the title of my favorite Rihanna song. It's called Work. And why are we speaking about work? Because it's actually a thing that we all want to do, but you're saying, hang on, he's going about it again. No, really, work is something that we intend to do, but we sort of wean out of it. Let me just get into it. So why is it important? Well, everything, and I mean everything, revolves around work. And from your relationship, from your marriage, from your, you can talk about your work, your personal growth, your gym work. Everything that you do is evolving around work. The difference is the quality and the quantum of the work. And this is something profound that I'll tell you where I heard this from later, but it comes back to the work and the work you're willing to put in. Now, when you're on the verge of a breakup, think about it, and we've all gone through this. When you're on the verge of a breakup, suddenly you'll work extra hard to try to keep it afloat, to try to keep the relationship going. It's the same thing. It's no difference from that. So why is it important? So let me break it down for you. Everything, like I said, is around work. So think about it. If you want to build a solid relationship with someone, guess what? It takes work. It really takes work, The minute it starts to wean off, you start to find excuses. You start to, you pick each other apart. You want to get in shape. Your dream body, you want to have some biceps, you got to work. And you got to put in the work. Most times people expect to see it, like Simon Sinek kept saying, you go 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and then you expect to see a body. It's not going to happen. You see in the mirror, maybe you can imagine, but it's not going to happen. You need to be actually at it. You need to put in the work. Okay, so more work, I guess. The same thing also for leveling up your knowledge or crushing a job. If you want to level up your knowledge, you got to be consistent with the work. Even with your job or your career, you have to put in the work. I'll talk to you about somebody that you're very familiar with in a bit. Okay, so I used to be the king of excuses. I'll start something, it'll become a little bit hard, I'll give it up. Classic example is swimming. I detest swimming. Adam and I went for the classes and we got back into it recently. It's Ramadan, we had to stop. See, that's another excuse, but I detest it. It's not that I'm afraid of the water, but it's tough, because the beginning part is, there's just so many things to remember. You got to blow out water, you got to kick your legs, you got to float, you got this. I said, this is so hard. This feels like a chore, but you know what? I know that when it comes, just like riding a bike. So again, like I said, I'll share with you some real success stories. We're still learning how to swim anyway. Okay, one of my heroes is actually Usain Bolt, and Usain Bolt actually said something profound. He says, I trained for years to run a 100-meter dash in under 9 seconds, and you want to do it in 2 months. Think about that, 9 years to run a 100-meter dash under 9 seconds, and you want to do it in 2 months. Insane, right? So we're all living in a world where, we are programmed to get everything easy, from, making your life easy, from food delivery apps, hungry, alamak, let's do a Grab or a Food Panda. If you're, and no offense to them, occasionally I do it also. Haven't done it for a long time. Netflix binges, you know. In fact, dating also, you swipe right or swipe left or stuff. It's nobody wants to put in the work. Think about it, you know. So what this is doing, while technology is great, I'm all for tech, but it's dragging us further and further apart if we do not know how to control it. So what happens is we want the easy way out. Think about how many people want a six-pack without working for it. Oh, I want a six-pack. Bro, you eat rice, You know, really crazy stories. If that was the case, all of us would be having six-pack. I know I got 4, but not 6 yet. So, you know, we are a society who's obsessed. We're scared. We're scared of putting in the work, you know. So think about our forefathers. Our forefathers were hunter-gatherers, you know. Morning they'll get up, they will go and hunt. At night they'll gather, they'll eat. So, you know, they were very, very, you know, so used to work. If you don't work, you don't eat. Simple, you know. And there's no takeout. There's no Grab in 1942 or 1960 or the 1800s. There was nothing left. So speaking of this, one of Adam and I's favorite, you know, guy or podcaster or this is Alex Hormozi, and he said about work, he said, straight shooter when it comes to grinding, success is never owned. You got to pay your rent, your dues every day. So it is the same thing. You cannot rest on your laurels. You got to put in the work. Jocko Willing, another one of my favorite, you know, fitness influencers. He says, discipline equals freedom. How profound is that? You know what I mean? So the more disciplined you are, eventually you'll get more freedom. And most of us think that, you know, we can do it for a short while and it works. It's not. Closer to home, let me introduce you to a man who is known by a whisper, Yusof Tayyub. Or let me do it in a whisper, Yusof Tayyub. You know, I know Datuk Sri Yusof for a long time. Nothing short of amazing. This guy, you know, he went to, he's from Penang. If I'm not mistaken, he owns half of Penang, but that's a story for another day. Household name in Penang in Malaysia also. He actually went to India to study medicine, didn't work out, came back at 19 years old. He, you know, started to run his own business. That failed. He was selling perfumes. He actually told me the story, you know, perfume at Bayan Lepas Airport in, I think, in the mid-70s or late 70s. Then he started selling cosmetics. Don't ask me why Yusof Tayyub was selling cosmetics, but he was. It was called Yusof Cosmetics in 79, but also failed. And then his big break came. He decided that he wanted to sell nuts and dried dates and stuff like that. And the rest, like you say, is history. When you think of Ramadan, and this is not a paid plug. I know this man and he's shrewd, but he's a very good businessman and rags to riches story. And, you know, and when I asked him, how did you do it? And he said, look, I was a door-to-door salesman. I kept failing and I kept working and now all he does is sell dates and among other things and he's made it. So props up to Datuk Yusof Tayyub. So now let this be a wake-up call, folks. Stop chasing shortcuts. Start embracing the grind. You know, we spoke about grind. Whether you're chasing a dream or trying to level up in life, remember you have to put in the work. Without putting in the work, you're not. Even like me in my journey in podcasting and all that, maybe I'll have 5 viewers, maybe I have 10 viewers, maybe I have 15, maybe I have 20. But the thing is, I got to keep doing this. I got to keep improving my podcast. I got to keep improving the angles. I got to keep improving my content. I got to do the data. I got to understand. Eventually, it will happen. But if we give up in the second take, the third take, the fourth take, it's not going to work. So before I wrap up, guys, again, thanks for tuning into another episode. Happy Ramadan. Selamat Ramadan. Buka puasa sensibly. Tune in, subscribe, like, and if you like the real talk, please share it with your friends. If you want to purchase my book, it's only at 39 ringgit 90 cents. That's it. Book of Jake at www.bookofjake.my. Now, I'll catch you on the next one. And remember the studios, check out Adam Lobo, okay? See you guys.